Chapter 1: The Giant Tree of Morality and Spirituality. In a remote countryside, where golden sunlight stretches across vast rice fields, there is a village named Thanh Bình. This village is known not only for its lush natural scenery but also for its people who live harmoniously and are rich in compassion. In the center of the village, there stands a huge ancient tree with a vast canopy that provides shade for the surrounding area. People call it the Tree of Morality, because under its branches, for many generations, the ancestors of Thanh Bình have taught their descendants how to live righteously, respect their elders, and show kindness to one another. Minh, the main character of this story, was born in that village. From a young age, Minh heard many stories about the Tree of Morality. People said that the tree grew stronger thanks to the good deeds of the villagers. And if anyone acted immorally, a leaf would fall as a reminder. The early lessons of life. Minh grew up in a humble family full of love. His father was a skilled carpenter who specialized in making exquisite wooden items for the people in the area. His mother was a diligent woman, managing the farm and taking care of the family. Every evening, when the family gathered around the flickering oil lamp, Minh's father would tell him fairy tales and life lessons. One story Minh never forgot was the story of the poor woodcutter's axe. "Do you know, Minh," his father said, looking at the boy with a serious gaze, "the poor woodcutter in the story lost his axe, the only tool he had to make a living. But when the forest god offered him the choice between a golden axe, a silver axe, and his old axe, he chose his old one. Why do you think he did that?" Minh thought for a long time before answering, because that was the axe that truly belonged to him, and he didn't want to take something that wasn't his. His father nodded and smiled with satisfaction. "That's right, my son. Honesty is a core part of morality. A person who lives honestly may be poor in material things, but they are always rich in self-respect and are respected by others." Spirituality, the source of mental strength. Every morning, before heading out to work the fields, Minh's mother would light incense on the ancestor altar. She would close her eyes, her hands clasped together, and silently pray. Minh once curiously asked his mother, "Mom, who are you talking to? Why do you do this every day?" His mother smiled gently, looking at him with kindness. "My dear, this is how I show gratitude to our ancestors, to the heavens and earth that have given us this life. When you are grateful, you will find life full of meaning. And when you pray, it is when your mind is at peace, free from worries. That is the power of spirituality." His mother's words made Minh begin to realize that spirituality was not something vague or distant. It was a connection between people and themselves, with the values they believe in. The challenge of morality. When Minh turned 15, a major event occurred in the village. One morning, it was discovered that the Tree of Morality had lost a large branch, and there were signs of illegal woodcutting. The villagers were in shock and angered. Who dared to act immorally in a village known for its peacefulness? A village meeting was called to identify the culprit. But after several days of investigation, no one confessed. Minh felt the atmosphere in the village becoming tense, with people suspicious of each other. One day, Minh discovered the truth. While playing near the forest, he caught his close friend Tone hiding a large log, the very branch that had been cut illegally. Tone trembled when Minh discovered him. "I'm sorry. My family is too poor. I just wanted to sell the wood to buy books." Minh felt torn. If he revealed the truth, Tone would be criticized by the whole village, but if he kept quiet, he would go against everything his parents had taught him. After a night of deep reflection, Minh decided to go with Tone to meet the village chief. He not only told the truth but also stood up to ask for forgiveness for his friend. Tone was wrong, but he has realized his mistake. Please, everyone, give him a chance to make amends. The village chief looked at Minh with a satisfied gaze. Morality is not just about living correctly with oneself. It is also about protecting good values and helping others recognize their mistakes. A deep lesson from life. That event became a milestone in Min's life. From then on, he understood that morality is not just a set of dry rules but a guiding compass for people to live correctly and well. He also realized that spirituality was not only found in rituals or traditions but also serves as a guiding light to keep one's heart peaceful amid the temptations and challenges of life. The tree of morality, after being damaged for a while, gradually recovered and continued to provide shade for the whole village. Min grew up with the dream of carrying these lessons far and wide, planting the seeds of moral and spiritual values in the hearts of others. Chapter 2: Responsibility for one's actions. After the event in the village, Min continued to mature with the profound lessons life had given him. As he grew older, he decided to leave his hometown and move to the city to pursue his dream of education. Min took with him not only his passion for learning but also the moral values his parents and the small village had instilled in him. However, life in the city was not easy, and Min soon realized that responsibility was not just a lesson, but also a challenge that tested him every day. The first step into life when Min enrolled in a prestigious university. He quickly became caught up in the pace of city life, intense study sessions, part-time job opportunities, and unforeseen temptations. Min chose to work part-time as a waiter at a small cafe to cover his tuition and living expenses. At first, he was excited, but difficulties soon arose. One evening during his shift, Min accidentally spilled a cup of expensive coffee on a customer's important dress. The customer angrily demanded to meet the manager and asked for compensation. Min was scared and wanted to blame the colleague standing nearby, but immediately, he recalled his father's words. You might avoid blame from others, but you can never escape the guilt within yourself. Taking responsibility is the only way for you to live peacefully. Taking a deep breath, Min bowed his head and apologized to the customer, fully accepting responsibility. He offered to have the cost deducted from his salary to compensate for the damage. The manager was very moved by his honesty. After the matter was resolved, the manager praised Min in front of all the staff, saying, "Someone who takes responsibility for their mistakes is not only trustworthy but also someone worth learning from." The biggest mistake of life. The lessons about responsibility gradually became Min's guiding compass throughout his university years. However, he did not always easily overcome the challenges. A major crisis occurred when Min joined a large group project in his third year of university. This project required collaboration from many people, but due to his overconfidence and lack of leadership skills, Min failed to manage the project's progress. He thought the team members would complete their tasks on their own, but when it came time to present, the project failed miserably. The other members expressed dissatisfaction, blaming Min for not fulfilling his duties as team leader. At first, Min felt unjustly accused, thinking he had done his best. But after a night of reflection, he realized that the failure of the group was not only due to individual mistakes but also the result of his own lack of guidance and cohesion. Min decided to meet the professor and take responsibility, asking for more time for the group. "Professor, the fault is mine. I did not fulfill my role as group leader. Please give us another chance to make it right." The sincere apology moved the professor, and he agreed to give the group another chance. More importantly, this action caused the team members to look at Min differently. They worked together to complete the project and achieved excellent results on the second attempt. The consequences of irresponsibility. Life always brings new challenges. After graduating, Min was hired by a large company as a sales representative. The job started smoothly, but a careless mistake led Min into trouble. In a crucial contract, Min forgot to check the terms thoroughly, resulting in significant damage to the company. This time, Min felt more pressure than ever before. He had matured, but the responsibility at work was far heavier than during his student days. At first, Min planned to remain silent, hoping someone else would notice the mistake and fix it. But after a few days, the feeling of guilt became overwhelming. Minh decided to confront his boss directly and admit his mistake. His voice shook as he said, "Sir, I am responsible for the mistake in the contract. I know this could cost the company a large sum, but I am willing to work overtime and do whatever it takes to correct this mistake." His boss looked at him, not angry as Minh had expected, but simply said, "No one is without faults. What matters is that you face up to it and fix it. But remember, every time you avoid responsibility, you're losing the chance to become a better person." Responsibility, the guiding light through these experiences, Minh realized that responsibility was not a burden but a guiding light that helped one grow. He understood that no matter how difficult life was, those who faced their actions with honesty would always be respected and learn from their mistakes to become better. Years later, when Minh became the CEO of his own company, he always reminded his employees, "An adult is someone who is not afraid to admit their mistakes. But true maturity comes when you act to correct them and never repeat the same mistakes." Chapter 3: Resilience and an Unyielding Soul. Minh had become an adult, a person with responsibilities, and someone who upheld the moral values he had learned from a young age. After achieving some success in his career, Minh realized that life wasn't just about material success but about resilience in overcoming challenges and having a strong soul. The older he got, the more he understood that one cannot live only by what others see, but must have a solid heart, unwavering in the face of life's storms. Discovering the power of the soul. One of the most important lessons Minh learned was the power of the soul. Throughout his journey to maturity, there were times when Minh faced difficulties and challenges that he could not predict. During those times, he understood that strength is not only found in the body or intellect, but in the ability to face difficulties without fear or retreat. One of the most challenging times in Minh's life came when his company faced a major crisis. Due to a combination of external and internal factors, the company lost an important contract with a major partner, and the financial situation began to deteriorate. Minh's colleagues and subordinates started to feel worried and anxious. They looked to Minh as the one who could resolve the situation. While many in the company were anxious and considering giving up, Minh chose a different path. He remembered his father's teachings about resilience in difficult times. He decided to stand firm, look for solutions, maintain an optimistic spirit, and encourage those around him to work together to overcome the challenges. Minh shared with his employees, "In life, things won't always go smoothly. We must persist and be creative to find a way through all difficulties. The most important thing is to never give up. The spirit of unity and human compassion with tireless effort." Minh and his team managed to overcome the crisis. They not only overcame the financial difficulties but also strengthened the sense of unity within the company. Minh understood that when people have a spirit of unity and love for each other, they can overcome any challenge. Minh also learned that not every problem can be solved easily, and sometimes it's necessary to change the approach, change the mindset, and be creative to find solutions. He always encouraged everyone in the company to keep their faith and not let the challenges ahead discourage them. From losing a key contract to recovering and rebuilding the company, Minh realized that one of the greatest lessons in life is resilience and the spirit of unity. He knew that no matter what, a resilient heart and an unyielding soul were the keys to opening new opportunities. Chapter 4: Love and Dedication. Minh was not only a successful person in his career but also someone with a deep love for life and the people around him. Throughout his growth, Minh always remembered that love and dedication were the foundation for all human actions. He believed that if one lives with a sincere heart and always loves others, life will always be beautiful, even in the face of difficulties. The love Minh had for his family, friends, and those around him was always a powerful motivation that helped him overcome all challenges. Minh learned that love is about sharing, dedication, and sacrifice for others. He realized that love isn't just sweet words but also concrete actions, practical things to help others. One story Minh always remembered was when he met Tone, a childhood friend who had made mistakes in the past. After Minh helped Tone resolve an issue and received forgiveness, Tone changed and became a better person. They kept in touch, sharing both the hardships and joys of life. Minh always reminded Tone, life is not about not making mistakes, but how we face and correct them. And love is what helps us overcome all hardships. Minh also never forgot the sacrifices his mother made, always giving her love to the family. The quiet evenings when his mother lit incense on the ancestral altar, her prayers not only showed respect to their ancestors but also the love she had for her family. Minh understood that this was unconditional love, care, and protection that were essential in life. It was from this love that Minh always strived to do his best in his work, take care of his loved ones, and never stop seeking opportunities to help those in need. Ending one journey and starting a new chapter. Although Minh had gone through significant challenges in life, he never stopped learning and growing. The lessons about ethics, resilience, love, and dedication had become the solid foundation for every decision and action he took. When Minh looked back on his journey, he felt grateful for the difficulties and challenges that had helped him grow. He knew that every step in life had meaning, and every hardship was a valuable lesson. Minh was not only a successful person in his career but also someone with a sense of responsibility for himself and the community. He had learned that, no matter the stage of life, the most important thing was to uphold moral values, be resilient in the face of adversity, and love those around you. And so, Minh's journey continues, a journey of growth, love, and the responsibilities he will carry with him for the rest of his life.